This is a really strange and haunting night. We just have all of these cold people with nowhere to go
Right.
to be warm. And I was just saying that I was talking about a woman who was the head of Department of Housing for Olympia,
Yeah.
not to be confused with the housing, which is the Thurston County Housing Authority. It's sort of under the guise of HUD, but I think hers was as well.
Right.
And not to be confused with this Thurston County Homeless Prevention Program. And then, of course, all of the private places. And there's just been millions poured into it. And Thurston County Housing Association had a place on Water Street,
Right.
which is just down the way. Do you remember it?
Oh, yeah, I do.
And it was a one-story building. They never let me in. Do you remember they had a window, and I was so
Yes.
curious. And they bulldozed it down, which is weird because there was nothing wrong with the building.
Right.
It was rather new. And then they built themselves a new housing authority on off of East Side, which is rather far from here, but in a sort of leafier, more suburban, pretty area.
Yeah.
You know, they all have these kind of really nice offices overlooking, trees and, garden and that
Look
kind
at
of thing.
There's somebody with
So we've got people kind of pulling their lives behind them, and we get all
Right.
this money, and it's like, what is going on in this? What's wrong with this picture kind of thing,
Right.
It's just
There's
kind of a
somebody
weird
walking
thing.
by. Yeah, that is.
And no, I just didn't want to annoy him or whatever.
No, I wouldn't.
Because you
wanna
could
do
really
that.
see his face. I didn't want to do that to him.
Right.
He's just trying to walk or whatever. And there's our person down there who's just in the fog, literally in a fog, in the fog.
Right.
And these places just profit like crazy. And I'm going, of course, nuts because of that book that I read with the woman we were told was the second coming of everything.
Right.
And finding out that she was vice president of a company that France fined
Right.
for harassing and following people around who were concerned. Oh, right behind us is someone with a
Right.
cart.
Yes.
Not just this person in front of us.
Right, but
Wow.
there's somebody. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I see them in the rearview mirror.
Yeah.
I don't know how to film in the rearview mirror.
Right.
This is just too weird, even being in this
Oh,
fog.
yeah.
It has this kind of Jack the Ripper sort of London-esque, just
Yes.
deep,
Oh, yeah.
intense
very,
feeling.
Very haunting.
it really is, isn't it? And we drove by those tents,
Yeah.
and it's just really, really daunting.
It really is.
It is so daunting. So this is quite the night. Do we have any? What is going on with our? I guess at least did that start back up again? Thank goodness. There seems to be some sort of place to get food.
There.
Did you see a fire truck?
Yeah. Right
Oh,
there.
okay, wow.
No, wait, that's a bus. Bus 41.
There's a bus. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we can go up this street, perhaps. How is everyone out there in the world tonight?
Oh, man.
How is everyone? Okay, we are again here.
Yeah.
Here we are. And there's an encampment I thought was gone, and it's very hard to film some of these.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it's huge. It's behind the marijuana store over by the hospital.
Right.
And it goes back for a mile. And I did start to go through it once, but
Right.
it was scary. Somebody was screaming, and I just didn't really know what to do. I didn't know. I didn't know, but it's just, it was extreme.
Yeah.
It was like an extreme sort of super duper kind of camp.
Right. Oh, there's
And so here we have
there's some.
people who at least have, yikes, who at least have some kind of covering.
Right.
This one even has a light,
Yes.
which is really,
Mhm.
you know, bless their souls.
Right.
Really,
Mhm.
they just
Yeah.
and I think I told you that really strange story where I saw a woman setting up a tent in the wind and rain one night,
Yeah.
and she had a new Volvo.
Uh-huh.
And when I was filming her, I asked her, "Do you need help?" Because it was so windy and so rainy. I
Uh-huh.
just couldn't take seeing
Right. What
that
did
kind
she
of
say?
suffering. And she said, "F you, go to hell and stuff."
Oh, wow.
And I realized that she was like a rich person. She had a Volvo
Mhm.
full of tents. And I don't know if she was putting them up for people or if she was putting them up for show. Like that there weren't enough tents around and
Uh-huh.
trying to start like a kind of psychological war or something. It
Right.
was one of the strangest things imaginable.
Yeah.
Well,
And
they
there's a
look
guy.
comfy,
Yeah.
you know, and it's funny. They're showing Prince Harry looking miserable lately,
Uh-huh,
right?
right.
And yet that guy actually looked happy, you know, like,
Yeah.
okay, you know, you're not going to steal my joy from me, you know.
Mm-hmm.
He had a whole little fire going.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Oh,
you know.
yeah.
So I guess that they're calling this new state of like where we are right now
Uh-huh.
in Olympia, an anarchy police state, because
Wow.
you can get like if I got out of the car
Uh-huh.
and it was the daytime
Right.
and put money in the meter and I was 1 minute late,
Yep.
I would be charged like $60. They're charging an outrageous amount now.
Oh, yeah.
I got a ticket here a few years ago picking up a disabled person at the bus station.
Oh, isn't that
And
crazy?
it was really unfair because
Yeah.
they only allow you, I think, up to 90 minutes or something.
Mhm.
They don't give you much time, you know.
No, they really
And
don't.
so, you know, I'm picking up a disabled person. Well, of course they need to use the restroom.
Of course.
They've been on the bus from Seattle or whatever.
Exactly.
So I take them to a restaurant
Uh-huh.
because there are no sort of restrooms here.
Right.
So you're kind of forced into a restaurant.
Yeah.
The restaurants are wildly slow here.
Yeah.
You know, you order something because you can't just like go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
And suddenly it's over 90 minutes and I had a $60 ticket.
Isn't that crazy?
And I was like, I'm never parking in downtown Olympia ever again, right?
Nice.
Now, there's a fancy car. What are they doing down here? You know,
Yeah.
are they picking up a little kiddo or something that's a runaway? You
Who
really
knows?
wonder, don't you?
Yeah, you really do.
You see that. You see the little fancy cars cruising around. So, help. What was I saying? I don't remember. I'm
Oh,
so
yeah,
sorry.
about the person going, you took him to a restaurant.
Oh, yeah, and just got
Mhm.
charged a fortune. And yet, there are people who are...
Mm-hmm.
There was a guy I saw down here who was swinging knives, right?
Right.
And, like, nobody does anything, right?
Right.
And I guess that's called an anarcho-police state where, you know, certain people are allowed to sit on the sidewalk and have a fire going all night
Mhm.
and smoke crack and, you know, sell heroin and do whatever.
Mhm.
And there's another group
Mm-hmm.
that is going to be always getting the parking ticket, right?
Right.
Who really doesn't really do anything wrong.
Mhm.
And I guess that is what is the anarcho police state.
I guess so. Boy, how crazy.
Yeah, really
Yeah.
crazy.
You know, I
So
wonder
it's-
if Trump is going to be able to do something about this. You know,
Well, if he's really bored, he's
Mhm.
got something to do here.
That's right.
I don't know. I saw a video that said he'd come through here, and I was interested in that. You know,
Yeah.
he didn't want to speak or anything, but that,
Right.
and I'm very interested
Mm-hmm.
in that
Yeah.
one. Yeah, very.
Mhm.
This is it definitely. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Really.
Oh boy, this This is
So-
crazy. This is something.
Here we are.
Mm-hmm.
And there's so much of it.
Yeah.
But we're going to just, I think, go. We're going to go.
Mm-hmm.
But we send our love, don't we?
We sure do.
Oh, wow. So much love
So much love, yes.
to all. Stay safe out there.